Hi, I'm Decco Mayer. Today I'm going to be talking about Apple and my experience with Apple products. So, my experience as an Apple customer really started before I ever bought an Apple product. As a young middle schooler in my later years of elementary school, I would go to the Apple store at the mall, play around with all the cool gadgets they had. They had beanbag chairs and computers before I had my own computer. I got to try out the iPods and even their laptops. And it was just fun to browse the internet with my friends and goof around, and that's the first part of my Apple experience. And it really changed the way I think about Apple and my relationship with the company. My first Apple product was an iPod mini. I got it when I was in the 7th grade. I got it as a birthday gift, and it was the coolest thing in town. All the kids knew what an iPad mini was. By the time I got it, people knew about it. And it was the most reliable music device. It had the longest battery life. It definitely looked the coolest. And it had about 4 gigabytes of memory then, which seems funny now, but back then that was a whole lot. Hundreds of songs. Even though there were cheaper music players out there, and I had owned some of these music players in the past, they just weren't as reliable, and their battery life, which is always something I've cared about a lot, was nowhere near that of the iPod mini. Since then, I've owned 2 other iPods. The iPod Shuffle, which I got as a gift once. This was a tiny iPod that played music with no screen. It had, again, a long battery life, and it was a clip, like a clip you'd put on your shirt. And it weighed almost nothing, and I really enjoyed going on runs with it, and it was really a versatile product. Again, it was a music player that did not have a screen, so it just jumped between songs and shuffled them. After that, I bought myself an iPod Nano, which again was a larger clip with a small touchscreen. Still an amazing piece of technology. The size and width of about 4/4 stacked one on top of the other. And it plays music for 24 hours on 1 battery life. So really, really amazing. Although for my phone, I've preferred Android devices. My whole family, my dad, my mom, my sister, and my brother all own iPhones and really, really love them. And they've said nothing but good things about them. My house also shares an iPad, which I don't use so much for work purposes, but I do use it for entertainment, and I like the apps. I can watch movies on it using Netflix and play games all the time. My grandmother, who has never had a computer, until 2011, had never used the internet to search anything or anything like that, didn't know what Google was. And definitely has never had an email account. Got an iPad in 2011, and the ease of use of the iPad has allowed her to use things like Skype and email to keep in touch with overseas relatives like us. What I like about Apple products is the high quality, the reliability, and the long battery life of all the Apple products across the board. Whenever I buy an Apple product, I can count on the high quality and reliability that Apple provides, unlike its diversified competitors who have high and low quality products that are sometimes hard to differentiate. I like the sleek design. When I see an Apple product, I know the simple design, it's stylish, and it's good looking, and everybody can recognize it. The things that are challenging about Apple to me are the relatively high price point that they have for their products. They are high quality, but the price reflects that. And also their unwillingness to comply with industry standards for chargers and the micro USB that just about all other smartphones use, and the HDMI connection that they use to connect to computer screens and projectors. Apple products do not have HDMIs built in, while other products just about all do. Apple styling is again one of the differentiating points and devices between Apple and other smartphone and computer devices. You can recognize their style, and it's a good style to have. Their mix of products is not extremely large, although they are in the computer, the phone, the music player, and the tablet industry, and in all those industries they have, if not the industry standard, somewhere up there as one of the highest quality products on the market. So when they do get into an industry, they get into it right. That was my presentation of Apple. Thank you.